The temperature in the frozen forest can drop in a matter of hours. As the autumn foliage dies off, the reality of the incoming winter sets in, and the environment becomes actively hostile. High up in the jagged cliffs, that hostility takes a physical form. Gorm, the frost leopard, watches the valley below, waiting for his prey. Down in the valley, the human clan of the red panda faces the freeze. The three brothers of the clan know the long night is coming, but they have adopted drastically different strategies for handling the threat. Roko operates on a philosophy of play. He piles loose, textured snow into a basic igloo, a structure built in minutes so he can go back to his real interest, experimenting with explosive, sparking flash powders that light up the dark. Momo prioritizes energy conservation. He finds an existing hollowed oak log and packs it with moss, using a polished mirror shield to reflect the weak winter sun directly onto his face to stay warm while he naps. Gorm accepts the severity of the coming freeze. He sacrifices his time and energy up front, performing the grueling physical labor required to drag heavy, glowing firestones into position behind the thick iron gates of the Sunrock Cave. The sun dips below the horizon. Within minutes, the ambient light dies, and the misty forest is swallowed by a freezing, dark blue chill. A quickly built igloo, or a cozy log, provides a temporary buffer against the wind, but prioritizing short-term comfort or distraction over diligent preparation creates a dangerous illusion of safety, one that shatters the moment real pressure is applied. Gorm descends from the cliffs under the cover of darkness. He moves straight for the weakest structure first, appearing directly outside Roko's snow walls. The leopard inhales and releases a massive blast of frosty breath. The air pressure instantly shatters the structure, turning the packed snow walls into a cloud of flying ice crystals. Roko falls backward into the freezing night. Grabbing his satchel of powder, he realizes his defense is gone in seconds, forcing him to sprint blindly toward Momo's wooden sanctuary. Momo assumes they are safe. He clutches his mirror shield, calculating that the physical density of a solid oak log is enough to repel a predator. But he underestimates the raw physical power of the threat. A single strike from a giant frost-covered claw snaps the heavy wood entirely in half. Both brothers scramble out of the wreckage, salvaging only their mirror and powder. They sprint frantically through the freezing woods, the leopard's cold breath trailing directly on their heels. Relying on unchecked environmental assumptions, like the structural integrity of packed snow or hollow wood, leaves you completely exposed when an overwhelming force actually tests those materials. The brothers reach the Sunrock Cave just before the leopard strikes. Kido slams the heavy iron gate shut and locks it into place. Inside, the glowing firestones emit a stable, radiant heat. Outside, the dark blue frost presses hard against the iron bars, completely blocking their exit. The iron holds, but a persistent threat does not continue to hammer at the strongest point of defense. Gorm pivots, scaling the sheer rock face of the mountain to attack the cave from above. Dust and debris start to fall onto the firestones. Deep, jagged cracks begin to spiderweb across the solid mountain roof. Securing a single entry point is useless if the attacker can simply bypass the bottleneck and drop in through the ceiling. The brothers realize the retreat is over. They cannot outrun the frost, and their static defenses are failing. They stop fleeing, turn, and form a single defensive line. The mountain roof collapses inward violently. The massive shadow beast drops directly into the warm light of the sanctuary. The tools of their individual lives, the powder used for play, the mirror used for comfort, and the stones gained through labor, are brought together. Standing shoulder to shoulder, their individual magical artifacts ignite in unison. The reaction is instantaneous. The volatile powder and intense heat hit the reflective mirror shield, triggering a blinding beam of pure magical energy that erupts aggressively upward. The sheer radiance of the blast overwhelms the shadow beast. Searing from the intense heat, the leopard is physically repelled and thrown back into the blizzard. The chaotic winds die down. The dense winter clouds break apart, allowing a golden sun to rise and illuminate a quiet, rebuilt forest. Raw materials like packed snow and hollow wood will eventually fail under pressure, but when these distinct elements are synthesized into a single coordinated front, they create a defense capable of absorbing the impact and outlasting the storm.